You know what really opened my eyes, and this is what's going to tie this into the detailing in the podcast and stuff. Okay, because usually we're supposed to talk about music and stuff, but it does tie in because here's the thing: I have a couple of buddies down south in Texas. And I'm going to plug them. Landon Crawford and Carlos Serrano. Now these guys, they make it happen. These guys bust their ass. Pardon my language, but I mean, they work hard. Okay, these guys are really, really good. And you know what? I'm so proud of them because these guys are out there working, killing it every day. And they encourage a lot of guys to dig deep and work hard because both of them have injuries. Landon's got hurt serving, and Carlos got hurt coming off his motorcycle. And both of them have some serious injuries that they've recovered to the best of their ability from. And these guys are out there killing it, busting their butt every day, working hard. And you know what? There's no excuse. And the thing is, to tie this all together, I get to see these guys every day on YouTube, and I message them, and sometimes I talk to Carlos and stuff like that. That's how I learn what the United States is really like, because I'm talking to these people back and forth. If you want to learn what it's really like in a country, get yourself a friend that lives there on Facebook or whatever, and talk back and forth with them. Okay? And that's how you learn about culture. You learn it from the people on the ground, not the people with the camera and the spotlight and let's see how many people we can get to view us tonight. That's not that's not reality.
Although it's ironic that we're saying this if we're in front of a camera.
Oh yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying is like if they watch us, this is real. I mean,
absolutely.
We're not sponsored by anybody at the moment. I mean, and here's a cheap plug. Extreme Car Cleaning is backing us at the moment. That's where the money's coming from to help us do what we got to do. But yeah, I mean, this is as real as it gets. I mean, we're just two guys chilling, talking, and we're both Canadian. Well, you were American, now you're Canadian, but
I'm Canadian by proxy.
Yeah, we're both living in Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is how things go. I mean, we're just as laid back as they are down south. I mean, it's the same thing.
And you know what? All joking aside, it really drives home the point that if you really want to know about a culture,
yeah,
then you have to speak to the people. Because the thing is, if you're watching, and not to knock the news, because there's nothing wrong with watching the news, but the best way to learn about things is not only to watch the news, but get from other sources.
Oh yeah.
Because the problem is, if you just watch the news, depending on which station you're watching, one's going to have a certain political leaning or whatever, and then the other. So the thing is, if you want to really know what's going on, where there's no big pharma or whatever behind it, and you just want to know, okay, how do the people really feel? Talk to somebody who's there. So, like you said, if you're interacting with, just say, like a little YouTuber or just somebody that you just happen to meet, a pen pal, whatever, then you're gonna get an idea of how the country runs, because you're gonna hear just the little stories that would never make news, because you know what? Somebody going to the laundromat and seeing something silly isn't necessarily going to make the news unless the laundromat blows up.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was nervous. I'm watching the news, and they're showing the surging and all this stuff going on with COVID, right?
Yeah.
And the U.S. for the most part, not to be rude, but they seem to have it a lot worse than we do. Now, when I talk to Carlos, I mean, Carlos is doing the same thing we are. Like when he goes out in public and stuff like that, got the mask on, and like Dell and I are both quarantined, and we've been quarantined forever, and we're not interacting with very many people at all. So I mean, this is it. And we're in our little pod here. But yeah, like I mean, they practice. They're being safe. They wear a mask when they go out and they're around customers and stuff like that. They're limiting their access to people. They're not out partying like crazy. Like the stuff that they show on the news is extreme. Like they're not going to COVID parties and all this crazy crap. But that's what makes the news. So One of the people I talked to, and because of the guild, right? I had a guy that kept messaging me on Facebook, and he's in Baghdad, okay, of all places, right? And I thought, you know what? This guy's messaged me like 15 times, so I'm gonna see what he wants. All this guy wanted to do was show me his shop, and I'm just a regular person, just like anybody else. I'm just a detailer, and I own my own business, stuff like that. But this guy, he made out like it's a superstar. They contacted him. All I did was I messaged him live, and this guy lost it. He was so shocked that I was on the camera with him, talking to him, and saying hello and showing him my shop. He's yelling in Arabic to his buddies, come here, and he's pointing at his phone. But I look, and his shop looks like my shop. He's got 3M bottles of 3M compound on his shelves, just like I do. The world is not that different. Like, they like to make us think, the media likes to make us think that we're all different and we all want to fight with each other. It's not the way it is. Most people want to mind their own business, work, and provide for their family.
Yeah.
We all have the same common goal in life. And that's why I think the Detailers Guild works, because we've luckily reached people in the automotive industry, and most of the people in the auto industry, we all just want to work, provide for our family, and do the best that we can possibly do. And at the end of the day, you know what? When you reach out and you meet people from around the world, you realize we're all the same. And hopefully one day the governments will realize that too and start, everybody will start getting along.